Gathered Kindred, before your regularly scheduled episode of Midnight Gravity, I must inform you that next week we will be putting up the first half of our 2023 two-part holiday special, and your vampire story will resume on January 1st. Thank you very much for listening, and without further ado. A hooded woman stalks the streets of Seattle, avoiding notice from passers-by. As cars rumble along the roads, the headlights seem to dance and twist around her, as if scared to illuminate the face beneath the hood. At the distant peal of a bell, the figure stops. Her head jerks up, revealing a gleam in the eye that pierces the shadows, hiding her face. The wind whispers her name. She pauses, tilts her head, and lets herself fall into a nearby alley, trusting the city to catch her. She reappears, rising as if gravity has been reversed, outside a small cabin in the forests northeast of Seattle. A warm fire roars in the hearth, orange and yellow lensing into pink and purple as the shadows stretch over the walls. She slips inside to greet the man staring into the blaze. "Hey, tell me you heard that." "Yes. They're getting closer." "Closer is dangerous. Sure we can trust them?" The man leans forward, fingers steepled, and smiles. His teeth gleam white in the firelight. "I don't think we have a choice."
What?
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Still got it, old man.
You don't know the half of it.
This is your best case scenario.
Burning tides drown highways of light. Reflections glimmer in the concrete. But just before you can reach the horizon,
Good evening, travelers, and welcome to the Court of the Jester Princes. I am your storyteller, Jonas Tintenseher, and we are playing Vampire the Masquerade V5 Midnight Gravity. Joining me tonight, our representative weakling, Casey Reardon.
You're right, these are meaner. I play Mathias Wilson, and I resent that statement. Also, are you thirsting for a Thurston fact?
Yeah!
I may be weak, but the facts are strong. Did you know that Howard Thurston performed regularly for the Roosevelt family? And Theodore Roosevelt's son, Quentin, saw the show so many times that he managed to outsmart Thurston once by bringing a bag that foiled a trick involving an egg.
That's why he died of yellow fever.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Thurston cursed him with yellow fever.
A trick involving an egg?
So I'm guessing that I know which trick they're talking about because I found this other site that talked about the tricks that he did for the family. He would like pull eggs out of the kid, like the Roosevelt grandchildren's mouths.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
I don't know how the bag came into play, but maybe he brought his own egg.
You put the egg in the bag and then you squish it like a glass bottle. And it's like,
Interesting.
Oh, he broke the egg. But there was never any egg. There's no mess.
Yeah.
Could have been that.
Our representative rabble, Seth Coveyou.
Hi, I play Timothy Foster, master of the dramatic.
Our representative...
Pause. Oh, Jonas, you cut me off.
I knew it.
Man, I really
I was
wanted to
gonna
see how long
sit here
that would
all
go.
Our representative grave robber, Andrew Frost.
My name is Antonio Stregano, and I was a nobody once.
Hmm.
And I liked it more that way.
Oh.
Excellent line, Andrew. Oh my god.
Oh.
Our representative lunatic, Sky Swanson. It's a game's words, not mine.
Hey, parrotfish love to eat corals. They use their fused teeth that look like a beak, hence the name, to break apart corals and eat the polyps inside. Additionally, they have a second set of teeth in their mouth called pharyngeal teeth that form a hard plate to help them break apart the corals.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And you play
What-
Reggie.
Reggie!
What do you think their internal monologue sounds like?
No, that's a different bit.
Rachel.
Rachel, do you know?
Rachel, do you know what they might sound like?
And our representative degenerate, Rachel Kordell.
Oof.
I'm Mars, and tonight's song is Cry Me a River by Leslie Gore.
It would be, you degenerate. Fucking perv.
It's a real name for Toreadors.
Real degenerate song.
It is what it is.
Last time on Midnight Gravity, our coterie, accompanied by Evelyn, confronted Jimmy Curly McKinley in his new dingy little haven buried deep in the sprawl beneath Seattle. What started as a pretty productive conversation devolved into combat as Reggie bit off Jimmy's finger and more than they could chew. Timothy, Evelyn, and Antonio quickly worked together to wrap Jimmy in chains and stake him, but not before he could summon an army of rats to bite and scratch at the coterie's undead flesh, leaving them with some minor surface damage that will nonetheless take an expenditure of blood to mend. Job done, the coterie went to Jimmy's computer to remove the hard drive as Pox had requested, and were greeted by a mysterious voice that spoke to them through a text terminal. The voice offered a deal: continue Jimmy's work, and they would be rewarded. And though they did not accept, they also did not decline. Mars, consumed by paranoia, exited the room to get some alone time, and Reggie followed soon after. That is where we will begin tonight's episode of Midnight Gravity.
Mars is leaning against the wall right outside the door, eyes flitting about the space, trying to relax, trying to maybe hum something to calm herself down. But it's not really working.
No, it never is.
No.
I'd like to, before Reggie shows up, I'd like to briefly check in with Mars. What thoughts are racing through her head? What is she thinking right now in this dank and dingy sewer?
How did it know that name? My name with his name? I haven't gone by that in so long, and I haven't been called that in so long. How does it know? How does it know?
Reggie, could you please roll your resolve plus auspex?
Aye, Cam. 2 successes.
Add one more die because you are still high.
The drugs don't help. Hey, kids, drugs don't help.
2 successes still. As you exit the room and the door clangs shut behind you, you just hear the tail end of a whisper. It sounds like Mars asking,
How does it know?
as you come around the corner, you see Mars leaning up against the wall, I assume a few feet down from the door, thinking to herself.
Yeah, Reggie came out holding that little notebook that they have and was jotting down a few things in it before they quickly tuck that into their backpack. And they kind of give Mars a little wave, just like, hey, that was some heavy stuff.
Mars doesn't notice you at first until you wave and start talking, and her eyes shift to you. They're wide. She looks like she's trying to compose herself, but again, still not really working. Yeah, that, it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it was... Rats are always freaky. I mean, I've seen a lot of them, but yeah, they're always weird.
Yeah, the rats. Yeah.
Yeah, the rats.
Are you okay?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
She smiles a little bit. Yeah. No, I just, weird times, down here. Just didn't expect that.
I heard you talk. I heard you saying the tail end of that sentence there.
How did it know?
I think Reggie can kind of put 2 and 2 that hearing your name freaked you out.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think Reggie just kind of like scratches the back of their head and be like, I got a lot of memory issues. What was the computer saying again? I kind of forget.
At the mention of memory issues, her mouth like quivers a little bit, but she doesn't really go one way or the other with that, and says, "What did the computer say?"
Yeah, I don't really remember.
It said Mars.
It just said your name?
Yeah.
That's all it said. That's weird that it would just call you out like that.
It called all of us out, actually. It said everyone's name.
It had my name too?
Yeah.
Huh, shit.
Yeah, it said everyone's name, and that is just... I just don't understand how it knew our name.
I guess that's nice to know. Some guy stole my ID a few years ago, so I don't know how it got it.
I don't know how it knew anyone's name, and that's
crazy. Hey, technology.
Yeah, technology. I haven't experienced technology that can respond like that, for sure.
Yeah. Well, if you want some company, I'll sit out here with you. I mean, they're kind of going through the last of it in there, and I don't know if I really want to be in the rat and finger den anymore.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Thanks. Just
I've found that sometimes when you're having a bad night, you kind of need to manifest a little bit of good, and just it doesn't always work. Maybe like 15%, but hey, 15% of any percent is a percent. So, might as well try, right? Gonna be a good night. Gotta be a good night.
Gonna be a good night. Gotta be a good night. Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, I think we just kind of sit together and have a nice night.
And nothing bad happens.
And nothing bad happens.
Nothing
and
bad
as
happens.
the camera pulls away from that scene, I think it rack focuses on Reggie's little journal there, and in clear letters it just says Mary Gallagher on it.
Yeah.
And he tucks that into his bag.
Reggie, one more roll for me, please.
Aye, Captain.
Resolve awareness plus 1 die.
Gross. Resolve awareness. Do you mean awareness resolve?
Yeah, in your weird accent.
Oh, yeah. Resolve is, I got drugs.
Yep.
All right. 4 successes. Reggie's on a roll of success, baby.
4 successes, you say?
Ain't nothing gonna bring me down.
I will make a note.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh.
Inside the room.
I'm stuck on rat and finger den, guys. I just... Hi, welcome to Chuck E. Cheese's finger den.
Oh, God. I think you're looking good.
Oh, no. Licking finger good.
Jesus Christ.
Timothy, you are standing over Jimmy. He has been recently unstaked. He is wrapped in chains that are quite tightly bound. Evelyn has her foot on his neck. Mathias and Antonio, I assume, are standing nearby, maybe continuing to search the boxes if you guys like. Mathias, I'd like you to roll for me real quick before anything else. Give me just intelligence. Do you have streetwise?
I do.
Intelligence streetwise.
It is unfortunate that I am impaired.
Let's talk about that real quick. Indeed, Mathias has filled up his willpower track, which means he receives a 2-die penalty to all social and mental tests until his willpower clears.
It's a bestial
and he
failure.
Got 1 bestial failure. That's pretty funny. Mathias, something in that conversation with the computer sparked a memory of something recent. You didn't recognize the voice, you didn't recognize the words it used, but you do feel like there's gotta be a connection there. You've been looking for connections, the Oculus, the door, Cross. You know something's going on, and you know for some reason it seems interested in you. But unfortunately, you are tired. You are mentally drained. You don't know what possible connection it could be, much less where even to start thinking about it. And as you kind of hyper-fixate on that, the beast that dwells within you, unlike most thin bloods, rises to the fore. You feel hungry. You are incredibly hungry. I'd like you to increase your hunger by 1.
I think I have 2 more die because I put -2. I didn't realize it was going to automatically do -2 on me.
Well, it'll probably still be a bestial failure.
Probably.
Unless you get a crit. Go ahead and roll +2 dice.
Go get that crit, baby.
Nope, that's still a bestial. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. How much hunger? Sorry.
Just 1 for now. But the beast is lurking. Timothy, Evelyn, Antonio, you guys are gathered around Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
He has been unstaked. He's kind of recovering. Timothy, the last thing you said to him was, you better start talking.
Yep.
Jimmy just kind of like shakes his head. He's not that damaged. Like, you guys didn't actually hurt him that badly, except the stake in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
So he's mostly just like ruffled, and his Nosferatu visage has broken somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
That peeling, stretching skin is happening. So he got stressed. You say that to him, and he just kind of, man, just fucking kill me, man. I'm not gonna tell you shit. I don't give a fuck. Just fucking kill me. I don't want to be here anymore. This place fucking sucks. I hate all of you. I hate Cross. I hate Grunch. I hate that stupid little fuck who bit my finger. Oh.
Right. And I clamp down, and that's 1 finger gone. And I move to the next finger. I don't think you heard me. Start talking.
Man, fuck you. You're gonna kill me anyway. Just do it. I don't gotta tell you shit.
Don't want to kill you. I want answers.
You're gonna, though.
Who says?
I heard he can't move his fingers. Oh no, he's not staked. He twitches some of the fingers that are not currently clamped under the bolt cutters, and he points at Mathias, and he says, I heard that one fucking say it. Idiot thin blood doesn't even know you can hear shit when you're staked. Dumbass.
Okay. Let me put it to you this way then. I could be the one to kill you, and we can tell everybody that you died to a thin blood. Or we could bring you to the Camarilla, and you'd actually be killed by someone of importance.
Such a funny thing to say. Mathias, go ahead and roll manipulation, intimidation. Oh, you don't have intimidation, do you?
I do. Can I help?
Yeah, because I'm gonna give Mathias a bonus on this anyway. So you can absolutely help for what you're doing, Timothy.
Okay.
So Mathias, go ahead and roll manipulation, intimidation, which is just your manipulation at this moment, but add 3 dice. That's a good enough line. I'm gonna add.
You're gonna negate
I'm gonna negate your impairment for just this roll,
cool.
And you're getting a bonus die from Timothy and a bonus 2 dice from your special ability regarding thin blood matters.
I will totally say this makes sense because Mathias is mentally drained and he's just like, let's just get this fucking over with. Like, cutting off fingers isn't gonna do shit.
That's a
crit for 5.
Hey, nicely done.
I'll roll for Jimmy. He doesn't have a huge pool, but he could succeed. He's also out of willpower. Oh, he almost got a crit in return, but he is out of willpower and he cannot gun for it. That is 3 successes. He is impaired as well, and he's just like, oh man, fuck. Okay, I don't know that much, but just don't let him fucking kill me. Oh my god, everyone's gonna think I'm such a fucking moron anyway.
We'll make sure he doesn't. Just tell us what you know.
What do you fucking want? What do you even hear? You're for your fucking gate? Your fucking pop star? I don't fucking
Where's
know.
Lila?
I don't fucking know, man. I told her already. I didn't get time to look for her because this bullshit with the K-pop star. She's in town. That's all I know. She's been poking around down here.
Where?
I was setting up everywhere. It's the fucking Sprawl, man. I set up cameras to try and find her, but she fucking dodges them. She was looking around the Crossroads at one point, and then I was gonna go and fucking talk to her, and she fucking ditched me. When he says Crossroads, as a reminder, there was a note in Jimmy's old haven with a sketch of what looked like tunnels in the Sprawl and the word Crossroads ?
All right.
Evelyn looks at you after he says all that, and she's like, that's more than I got out of him. Thank you, Timothy.
Mathias just is like, what the fuck, and just walks away and starts searching through other shit.
You don't see it because you're looking away, but she just puts on the biggest shit-eating grin and watches you walk that direction.
Yep.
The gate, then.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, man. There's some kind of fucking gate, and it's down here, and the guy on the computer is looking for it, and so is she, and I guess you are too, and everybody fucking wants it. I don't fucking know. There's plenty of goddamn gates. I marked all of the fucking gates I found, and there's no... None of them are important. They're just like shit. It's just doors. Who gives a shit about doors? It's a fucking magic sewer tunnel system. Like, it's full of gates. Who cares?
You're right. You're right. I take his fingers out of the bolt cutter, and I throw the bolt cutter to the side.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you know? Is that it?
I don't know. I know a lot of shit. I know the record of every game by the New York Giants.
All right. What do you want me to tell Pox?
Pox? Oh, God, Pox.
You know, the one you meant to sire.
Yeah. Shit, man. Fuck, I guess just tell her I'm sorry for being such a fucking loser, and, she's really good at what she does, and not to fucking trust any of you scumbag sons of bitches, backstabbing mother... And he starts string of curses spitting at you.
I wait for him to finish, and then I say... All right. I think I can summarize. Go ahead, Evelyn. And gesture for her to stake again.
You say go ahead. She like looks excited. She's about to step on his head and just cave his skull in. And you like make the gesture and she goes, oh, well, a promise is a promise. And she puts the stake back in and Jimmy freezes up mid rant.
You were never a loser, Jimmy. Just letting you know. Alright, can you pick him up, Timothy?
We're done here, yeah? And I look at Evelyn when I say that.
I'm done. How much of this shit do you want to take out of here? I saw the runoff grab some of those comics. Those drones probably go for a pretty penny. And there's still a fridge full of blue shit. Is that all mine?
Oh, I'm taking some of the blue shit.
Can I take a look at it real quick, actually, the blue shit?
Sure, you guys pop open the fridge. Mathias, you're hungry.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Well, I have one hunger, but there are two hunger. Sorry.
That's still hunger. That's enough hunger that it's never ignorable.
Sure.
You're also impaired.
Yep.
Which means you have no willpower. And a frenzy resistance roll is equal to your remaining unmarked willpower plus a third of your humanity.
Uh-huh. That's going to be a 2.
A 2. You both reach for a blue bag.
Our hands touch. We gaze longingly into each other's eyes.
It can't be.
As you pick one up, you suddenly feel the urge to rip it open and pour the blue shit down your throat. And it is only the pain in your fingertips that stops you. As you reach up to try and rip the top off, your fingers slip off the plastic. You cannot get enough of a grip. And that momentary disconnect is enough for you to be like, what the fuck am I doing? But you know, whatever's in this bag would sate your hunger.
I'm taking a couple of these.
Antonio, you pick one up as well?
Is the Oblivion site doing anything with it?
The bags are not full of ghosts.
Could have been ectoplasm.
It could have been
I don't know.
blood.
Weirder shit has happened.
Ghost blood, you know?
How is Timothy affected by the blue bags? He is at 4 hunger.
You want to go look at the fridge?
I'll look at him, yeah.
Okay. Roll a frenzy resistance.
Okay.
You see Antonio and Mathias pouring over. You hear like a little like from Mathias. You go, what's that? Walk over there and
0.
Wow.
Dice rolled 5. Successes 0.
I appreciate that.
Here you go. You got it, Jonas. Are you happy?
Team player, finally.
Mathias, as you're recovering from this, you're kind of looking down at your hand. You're like, what's wrong with me? Antonio, you're like looking at Mathias, like, what's wrong with Mathias? You say, I'm going to take a couple of these, and you are both suddenly shouldered aside as Timothy picks up the entire fridge, throws it at the wall, and all of the bags spill out. One of them breaks on the floor. Timothy drops to his knees and starts licking it up.
Timothy.
Like that. Wow, that was excellent, Seth. Thank you.
It was good. It was good.
Timothy, you may slake one hunger.
Only one? Okay.
Well, you're licking up bits off the floor. You want to drink a whole bag in a moment. Maybe you'll get more.
Okay.
The good news is that because you're already in frenzy, you don't trigger a hunger frenzy for tasting what is equivalent to blood at hunger 4. Now, the taste is not exactly what you would expect. It is not the sweet, delicious, unshakable vitality that comes with warm, fresh, mortal blood. This is much more like it looks like. It is blue, cold, somewhat pungent with a sort of sterile medical aroma and that smell of disinfectant. It does not taste good, but it does slake your hunger to the extent that it may be more effective than blood. You lap up enough. A hunger frenzy ends either when you reach hunger 1 or the scene ends. So Mathias, Antonio, you guys see Timothy drop to his knees. He's going to start ripping open bags in a moment. Evelyn just kind of chuckles to herself and's like, there you go, Toby, there you go.
Shut the hell up.
Antonio, Mathias, anything you're doing, or are you just going to let him?
I think Antonio's gonna bend down and try to pull Timothy away, and also look over at Evelyn and say, his name's Timothy.
Not right now, it's not. You may roll strength brawl versus Timothy's strength brawl. You'll fail.
Yeah, probably. Probably, unless Seth rolls really bad.
Oh, I'm not helping either. I'm not getting in there.
Oh, God.
3 versus 2.
Okay.
Better
Antonio,
than I thought it'd be.
Antonio, you're going to take 1. Oh, Timothy still has prowess active. No, I think that scene ended with the fight ending.
It did,
so,
yeah.
That's fair. Antonio, you're going to take 1 superficial damage, halved to 1, as you try to grab Timothy's shoulder and pull him back, and he lashes out and just claws you across the thigh with his nails. Timothy, the beast within you, swells. You reach forward, you grab another bag, rip the top off, and pour the blue shit down your throat. Your hunger resets to 1.
Okay, all right.
How many bags are left at this point?
Let's see. 1 broke, another ripped. You took 2. Reggie took 2. So there are 6.
Okay.
You rise, Timothy, returning to your own composure. You can taste the disgusting, it's the equivalent of like tasting medicine. Like it's not good, but it did work. And it's kind of covering your face, splattered on your cheeks, your fingertips.
Ugh. It's fucking gross. I need more.
Have I heard anything about being able to synthesize blood?
As a long-lived thin blood and an alchemist yourself, you know that synthesizing vitae, the vampiric equivalent that powers the disciplines and wakes their bodies each night, has long been a sought-after goal by thin blood alchemists, Tremere blood sorcerers.
Now, let's get this straight. It's never a goal of the thin blood alchemists. It's a goal of whoever's manipulating them.
Often also true. It is in terms of studying blood and the properties of vitae, synthesizing vitae that would sate a vampire's hunger is the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think you've heard any specific thing except that like some people have taken a crack at it. You've probably tried it at least once. I mean, who's not going to try turning lead into gold? But it's inconclusive. The fact that this seemed to work means someone did it.
This shouldn't be possible.
How so?
If this did what I think it did, it's not possible to create vitae. It's not.
Evelyn picks up a bag, rips it open, drinks it down. She kind of shudders at the taste, but she's like, I disagree.
I look at her like she just stole my ice cream. Because first of all, she called me Toby, and now she's yeah.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Seth. Now that you've just come off of that frenzy, how does that make you feel, Timothy?
Bad.
She called you Toby, you've been embarrassed. Does that make you angry at all?
Makes me very angry.
It does make you angry.
I rage.
Why don't you...
Very angry.
So angry.
Sorry.
No, that's my question is, do you think this provokes a fury frenzy?
I'm so sorry.
I do have a power or advantage called Thick Hide. I think I can just shrug it off once per scene. Yeah.
Look at that. Once per story, you can shrug off verbal barbs for a scene without needing to make a test. That is very handy for you, because Brujah have a penalty to their fury frenzy resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel once again, the beast had not had time to settle down. It rises in you, and you hear that sickening, gravelly voice that you despise so much say, "Yes, take it. Take what belongs to you. Destroy her. End her." And you force the voice to heal. Evelyn almost seems excited, like she's expecting you to fly at her with a punch. But instead, well, what does Timothy do or say instead?
I was clear. My name is Timothy.
Your name is Timothy. She just smiles.
I smacked the empty bag out of her hand.
Petty. She folds her arms and just stands there.
Jonas, just for my sake here.
Howdy.
Vivi's the one who tasked us with this.
Correct.
And I doubt she wants us bringing the trash directly to her. Yes?
She said it needs to happen before Elysium.
Right.
So you could probably bring it to her, and she might be like, gross, but she would accept it. Or if you can just stash him and bring him with you on Saturday, that's also fine.
So we can bring him to Elysium. That is the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, yeah. Okay. I like that. We should probably get out of here. I don't know how long this stuff is going to last outside of refrigeration, and honestly, I want to take a look at it.
Fair point.
All right, I'm taking this then. And she picks up the metal trunk with the drones in it.
Yeah, by all means.
Which, is too heavy for one person to lift, but she's a Brujah, so.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you can divvy up the remaining blue bags. Matthias grabbed a couple of those comics. Does anyone want to grab any of the copies of Elysium in that box newsletter?
I'm going to see if any of them are marked in any way.
You look a quick glance. They all seem to be identical. It's like one print run.
Oh, okay.
I would take at least one.
All right. You guys leave the room. Mars and Reggie, you are rejoined by the rest of your coterie. You see,
howdy.
It's kind of a funny sight of like Matthias walks out with some big bulky things tucked under his coat. Antonio has like a cardboard box that he stuffed a bunch of the blue bags in. Timothy walks out with Jimmy slung over his shoulder, and then Evelyn walks out just holding a giant metal trunk over her shoulder that she kind of has to turn to get through the door without dropping it.
I'm also covered with the blue substance.
Yeah, it's all over his face.
Oh, geez, what happened?
Oh my god.
I blew myself prematurely.
God damn it.
You walked right into that.
That's my fault. That's entirely my fault.
I love that show.
That's only my fault.
You two good?
Cool. All right. Are we getting out of here?
Yes.
Please.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm ready to leave.
Me too.
Antonio,
Yeah.
you mind holding on to him?
Holding on to who?
Stashing our friend.
Yeah, no, I can keep him in my place.
I assumed you'd have the best facilities.
Yeah, I got somewhere to put him.
Okay. We make our exit from the Sprawl. How do we make our exit from the Sprawl, though? Because you guys don't have whatever might remain of Jimmy's map, and you're not really sure how you got here in the first place. You just
Did we
kinda
not take
followed.
the map that he had? Or no?
I mean, presumably it's on his hard drive.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was like a physical paper.
You have his note with the sketch of the tunnels. I think now if you take another look at it, you can see that it does kind of resemble the structure of the tunnels that led you to that big cistern with the 4 passages. And you can make the educated guess that is the Crossroads.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
It's not really a crossroads. It's more of a fork roads, but What are you going to do?
I left behind a trail of jelly beans. I don't understand.
Hold
was
on,
someone
actually-
eating those jelly beans?
I got hungry.
I look and I see the rats eating all the jelly beans. No.
Okay. I was going to give you it, but then you put the rats back in. So,
Oh, but they missed a couple.
They don't like the licorice.
Okay, so how do we get out of here?
Evelyn says, yeah, it tends not to go the same way. Just be on the lookout because we might pop out in Seattle at any moment.
Eyebrows raised. Okay. Let's go then.
So just be careful. And Timothy, you might need to duck.
What?
If we end up coming out of the sprawl in the middle of a busy street, Timothy's holding a body that's kind of a big problem. Don't you fuckers care about the masquerade?
Yes.
That's your whole thing, right? I
Okay.
don't give a shit. I'm happy to cause chaos, but I think you guys want to keep it more on the down low.
I didn't understand what you were talking about. Duck means go down on the ground, not back up.
I meant duck as in get behind cover so no one sees him with the butt.
Okay, we're going
You just
to do
need
that.
to choose your words better, that's all. Listen, we'll have Timothy in the back. It's fine.
You know what? She's going to roll to resist frenzy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mars is starting to walk.
Matthias is also just done. So, like, he's sarcastic. His will is gone.
Yep. No, you're playing it great. I love you. I love this. You see Evelyn's muscles tense, and she clenches a fist, but she does not strike you.
Right.
She just kind of grins, chuckles through gritted teeth, and is like, I see why they keep you around, you fucking jokester.
I also do card tricks.
That genuinely gets a laugh out of her. She actually appreciates that. She kind of chuckles and is like, you'll have to show me sometime. All right.
In the top left of the screen for Mathias, it says Timothy approves.
Great. You guys, you keep moving. You start heading through the sprawl. The tunnels are changing, but not so quickly that you can't sort of backtrace your steps. You see that there are branches that seem to have disappeared and new ones that have opened, but mostly the scope of the direction you came seems to hold true. First, you end up at the Crossroads again.
God damn it.
You guys walk through a small tunnel and find yourself in this huge cistern, green light from the buzzing lights on the walls, thin layer of water splashing on the ground, and 4 large tunnels ahead of you.
Does the cold air still seem to be emanating from that same point?
Yep, it sure does.
On the far right one, yeah.
The far right. Yep.
So I guess this is at least consistent when you hit the crossroads, right? At least for now.
Yeah. As of tonight.
Okay, keep moving.
Yeah, it should be a straight shot.
Well, not down that path, obviously. Don't want to leave Seattle. There's 3 other passages that we could go through. I just don't want to go through the snow portal.
Do we want to inspect those?
The other 2? Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
No.
I look at Reggie.
Ooh.
Why don't you pick the path, Reggie?
I'm not one for decisions. Does it? What? Reggie kind of like leans in towards you and she says, "Which one should I choose?"
I wouldn't pick the far right one because that's where the bird came out of.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely not that one. Maybe maybe the left one because that's farther away from the right one.
That's maybe a good guess, but maybe you want to. I don't know. My eyes get really big, and I just kind of like.
Okay, so the far left one. You want to tell him?
No,
Oh,
Reggie.
and we just kind of stand there silently.
Use the sight.
Oh, right. they echolocate down the hallway. No.
Would you like to actively use your power of premonition, Reggie?
Yeah, sure.
Is this the first time you have ever tried to summon a vision?
Yes, because I think Reggie is really desperate to get out of this place. A lot of traumatic things have happened.
That's fair.
So I think they're willing to dive into that side.
How tasty. To actively provoke a premonition demands 2 things.
Drugs.
A rouse check.
Great.
Hey, you succeeded.
Don't get hungry.
I succeeded my first rouse check. I'm almost sad to see.
job.
I'm kind of sad to see the streak go.
Sad to see, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're the youngest vampire, so that's baby's
there you
first rouse check.
And a roll of resolve plus auspex plus 1 die.
3.
3.
You want to spend willpower on that, Reggie?
Sure.
You got 3 dice you can re-roll. No hunger dice in your pool, so I mean, there's no harm.
Yeah, let's go for it. Submit. There we go.
Hey, that's a crit.
That's a crit.
There you go,
And a
baby.
crit.
That's what I wanted.
So, what does that
So
bring that
that's
total up to? 7?
5? No, 7, yeah.
7.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
7 successes. Let me tell you guys a couple things.
Okay.
The first thing I want to tell you is that a 7 is the highest rated difficulty on the difficulty chart.
Ooh, all right.
It's possible to get more. Dice pools can get pretty high. You can get up to 9, 10 with some regularity. A 7 or more successes is described as nearly impossible, such as finding one specific homeless person in Los Angeles in one night, or flawlessly reciting a long text in a language you don't speak.
Wow.
Reggie has had some pretty insightful visions, but they always come at the cost of their comfort and sanity. In this moment, Reggie, what amounts to your third eye awakens, opens wide. It starts slow. There's no bird. You're looking down this hallway. You hear a faint beeping sound. And as though being rewound through the night, you are sent backward through the sprawl. Rushing past you, halls, lights, tunnels, some horrific creature with yellow glowing eyes flash in the darkness. You see Thumb pressing buttons on the lock of Jimmy's Haven. 1, 1, 0, 1. Flashback further, following that figure to the crossroads. Down the right path, you emerge in a snowy landscape of mountains and pine trees. There's a small cabin nearby with a little chimney, smoke dancing out of the top of it. You zoom back down through the second passage now. You emerge in the middle of Pioneer Square in Seattle. People bustling all around. You react and jolt backward, afraid that one of them will notice that you have just teleported there from nothing, but they don't seem to see you. As you turn over your shoulder, there, the bird waits, perched on top of a lamppost at the edge of the street, looking down at you specifically. A large raven, taller and broader than most. Its left eye damaged and scarred white. And as it squawks, the thunderous bellow forces you back down the passageway. You rocket up farthest left passage and emerge in a deep, wet cavern so far underground that the weight of the air threatens to crush your skull, as Jimmy almost did earlier this night. And as you're kind of darting around, clutching your head, you hear a deep growl rumble through the cavern and shake your bones, your chest, your heart. You're waiting for something to fling you back down the corridor, but instead, giant, gaping jaws with teeth longer than your arm rise out and snap down shut on your upper body. You feel them piercing your flesh, the holes digging through your heart, your lungs, your stomach, the blood gushing out of you, staining what few clothes you have left, spilling into the water of the cavern. And when the jaws release, you are finally flung back and extend your senses down the third and final passageway. It goes farther, deeper into darkness. You hear distant wailing, cry high over the hills, echoing. A mournful scream for those that are lost. A light in the distance. A pinprick of green. Then pink, yellow, red. Surrounding a small white dot on the horizon. It gets larger and larger as other flashes of color extend around it. You're zooming toward it so fast. If you smash into this wall, there will be nothing left of you but a splatter of blood and bone. As the light grows and you race toward it, once again it consumes you fully. And you snap back into view, but rather than being flung backward or smashing your head, your perspective zooms back into yourself. You blink once. You're looking at Timothy. You feel whole. You feel safe. You feel at home.
I think Timothy is the one closest next to Reggie, so you just hear them whisper out very slightly under their breath. Where the mind often traces along and roams, we find ourselves calling back to home. And they kind of like snap back into it. And they're just like, oh, yeah. Is everybody else focused on Reggie right now, or?
Yeah, probably.
I'm looking at Reggie, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all looking at Reggie.
Reggie isn't going to mention the cave or the cabin to anyone with Evelyn being so close by.
That's smart.
Because he does not trust her. However, he mentions, I guess I point to the I guess I point to the Pioneer Square one. I say, that one will lead us back into the city, but it will lead us to that place with all the shops. It's really touristy. The Starbucks just opened there, despite
Pike Place?
people not wanting to. No, Pioneer Square. But it would kind of lead us to the middle of Pioneer Square, so not super ideal.
I mean, it will get us out.
But the other ones don't go to the city?
No, the other ones don't go to the city.
That one, Evelyn starts walking.
I guess we'll figure it out.
As everyone kind of turns to go down that way, Reggie turns to Timothy and is just like, hey man, these lead to a whole bunch of places, and explains basically where the rest of them go. And he's just like, did I make the right call?
Yeah, you did good. Good job, Reggie.
Never done that before. And I think Reggie suddenly like sneezes like into his elbow, and she looks at it and there's just blood.
Yep.
All over the inside of their elbow.
Yep.
It's just like, oh shit. Oh, I feel like I'm coming down right now. And just kind of like stumbles off after Evelyn and the rest of the gang.
Mm-hmm.
Need a hand?
I'm all good. I'm just, coming down a little bit right now, and the visions don't help. So I just need the wall. And goes to lean on the wall, just immediately falls over.
Yeah.
Just starts crawling.
No. It helps you.
I just need the floor for a little bit.
Come on, bud.
Timothy, you are left behind to look at the rest of them wander off.
I go to the one that Reggie said had the white light.
Mathias, then, is the only one not speaking. You notice as you guys get to 15, 20 seconds down the second passageway that there is one set of footsteps missing behind you.
I think Mathias turns to check who's accounted for and who's not.
See, Timothy is missing.
I think he's going to keep quiet about it until we get out.
Okay.
Although, he does have the body.
He does have the body, the thing you came here for.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to turn around. Fuck. All right.
Do you tell anyone, or do you just turn around and go? You are impaired.
Yeah. I think maybe people just hear me say, fuck, and as I start turning around.
What's up?
Timothy hasn't followed.
Wait, what? Ugh, shit.
And I start heading back.
Yeah, does everyone else follow or are we going out?
I'm leaving.
Reggie's pretty done with this place, so unless someone really just like,
You
it
guys-
doesn't need to be...
You guys leave and I'll get him.
Yeah, I think Reggie leaves.
Yeah,
Reggie's
Mathias,
all
I
about
think,
this.
recognizes both Mars and Reggie are very much
Yeah.
done with this place.
We'll set up something outside so this doesn't look bad.
Sure.
Figure out what's going on out there.
Oh, maybe we
Antonio?
could be like a flash mob or something.
Antonio?
Antonio's gonna look over at Mathias and just, do you need me?
Mathias just kind of shakes his head, pats the gun in his holster, and says, I'll be fine.
All right.
Timothy. You start heading down passage number 3.
I put Jimmy's body right at the entrance.
Oh, you just prop him up there? Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fun for Mathias. You start going down this passage. The darkness quickly swallows you. You have nothing to light the way other than perhaps your phone, but even that paltry flashlight quickly falters and fades against the overpowering blanket of blackness that waits for you at the end of this tunnel. What are you expecting to find if you follow this light?
Timothy doesn't know what to expect, but ever since Reggie told him what is down this tunnel, what they saw, his skin has been crawling with anticipation.
You move into the black. You feel the weight settle not just visually, but on your shoulders. Like that heavy blanket is wrapping you tighter and tighter, trying to drag you down. The inch of water underfoot gives way to cobble and stone once more. You don't see a light. You press forward.
Yeah.
Mathias.
Yep.
You come around the corner from the second passage and you see Jimmy sitting staked, chained, propped up against the wall. Are you going to chase after Timothy, or are you happy with your prize?
Mathias has no idea what is down these other tunnels or what would have pulled Timothy down them. I think he looks at Jimmy, looks down the tunnel for a minute, like contemplating whether or not to go down it, before he just kind of shakes his head and starts dragging Jimmy because he can't carry him.
Just dragging him back down the tunnel?
Yeah,
Okay.
just push him over because he was propped up and just start dragging him by the feet.
Ow.
Timothy, you walk for minutes, hours, days. Your feet don't get tired, but at some point you can feel the prickle on your skin. That means the day sleep is coming. If you fall down here, no one will find you. As the weight starts to drag on your bones, there is a spark. Tiny, infinitesimal point of white light. Star on the evening horizon. You go to it.
Yes.
Star grows and shines. More of them flicker into existence around it. Yellow, blue, green, and pink. Shining, shimmering, shaking. The void is endless. But even vampires have their ends. The light grows to a full, bright white rectangle. A door. It is miles away from you and yet right in front of your face. Do you step through it?
No. Purpose. I need to find the key.
The door, just as quickly as it arose, winks out in front of you, almost giving you the impression that it agrees with you. And you are no longer sure, if you ever were, what might have happened had you stepped through. All at once, the darkness retracts, sucks you out of this pit you have fallen into. You feel the ground give way beneath your feet. Wind rushing past your face, blowing your hair, blowing your jacket, stinging the open wounds on your knuckles, on your knees. And as the darkness clears and reveals the skyline of Seattle, seen from above. You are falling, Timothy. You are falling. And you cannot wake up. And so closes another chapter of Midnight Gravity.
No.
What you up to, Timmy? You little rat.
You can't do that.
You little rat bad.
I'm
do that
gravitating
like that.
right now is what I'm doing.
Jeez.
I'm experiencing the midnight gravity.
Roll credits, baby. That's the
He is the midnight gravity.
Thank you all for listening and for playing. Plugmaster, would you care to rise from the dead and guide us on our
My
our
God,
journey
he
here?
has risen twice.
You know, there's a theory going around that the Plugmaster is different every time. It's a mantle that's passed down, much like the Dread Private Roberts.
Is that a cue for someone else to be the plug master?
Improv.
No, it's
Plugmaster.
just because you died like several times now. It's just we get a new Plugmaster every time.
Seth, we
know,
need
for
you
what
to
it's-
yes and.
For what it's worth, we all die every time the sun rises. So
Rachel, plug!
stop trying to imitate the Plugmaster, Jonas.
I am the Plugmaster!
Rachel, don't disrespect the plug master. That's the plug master right
You
there.
know, I've heard of yes and I've heard of no but. I've never heard of no fuck
why
you.
they get me?
I haven't heard of that improv.
I've heard that a lot. I don't know.
The Plugmaster demands a plug refice!
God.
Okay. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Majora's Rose, or for my personal social medias at Rachel Kordell. Thank you.
Hey, Rachel, have you by any chance been putting the Tonight songs into a playlist?
I sure have, Jonas. If you're looking for Mars's playlist and you weren't able to find it, guess what? What you can do instead is look up either me, Rachel Kordell, or if you're on YouTube, look up RP Jester's YouTube channel. And in both places, you will be able to find the playlist if you were looking for it. So yeah, check it out. Listen along. Maybe there's a story there. I don't know. Enjoy.
Yeah, and subscribe to the YouTube
Subscribe to the YouTube.
while you're there.
Get some
Oh,
clips.
yeah. Woo, get the
Get
clips.
some little clippy clips.
Oh, also, you know all those people at PAX? You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
PAX! Oh my god, so many cool people at PAX.
There were so many cool people at PAX. PAX Unplugged. Oh my God.
Yes, everyone, all the new friends we made and the old friends, we had several surprising chance encounters, and
Yes.
delightful to hear from all of you. Looking forward to many new connections, friendships, and opportunities in the new year.
Happy New Year. Oh, wait, we still have some time to go.
Casey!
Just a little shout out to Noctelli on Instagram. She left a comment on one of our Instagram posts about 60 minutes ago that just said, "Love this week's episode. Sky is doing an excellent job playing a Malkavian, hitting the perfect balance between playing into Reggie's flaw nicely without becoming a caricature."
Oh,
So,
you're gonna be so upset.
Shout out to the people
man.
of Norway.
Also, check out my socials at Casey Reardon or at Casey_Reardon on TikTok. I don't post super often, but I'm trying to get better about it. Thumbs up. You can't see these thumbs, but they're up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up, baby. That's just the way the plug master likes it. 1 for each plug. Andrew!
TINTEN. SHER. That is shy.
Nope.
You
Nope.
misspelled it.
There's no way.
Totally
Spelled it wrong.
misspelled it.
Seth!
There's no way. Oh, fuck. Hold
No,
on.
you have sacrificed your plug attempt, Seth!
TINTENSEHER?
You looked it up.
All right.
You
No, I
cheater.
didn't.
Second,
I
I
did.
saw you reading.
second try. We'll take your first answer, though. Wrong, Seth!
Thank you, Plugmaster.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to plug. I guess if you could leave a review if you're enjoying the show, and or give us some pointers in the comments. Again, the
get
comments.
one job.
I'm
I get
sorry,
one
Sky. The
thing
Plugmaster.
every
They
episode.
said
no,
it
it's
was my turn
fine.
to plug, and I was told to plug. I don't know what to do. I only do one thing.
Skybird!
I get one job. You know, I get to do one thing every podcast, and it's
Every podcast.
You know, I get to do one thing every
He's on a lot of them.
podcast.
I
Just
follow
like
him
how
around.
you can leave us a review one time. That's right, baby. It was all part of the bit. Go please leave us a review. Got you in the first fucking half, didn't I? All the time. Thank you, Seth. We planned that last week. In the
Because we know how
morning,
much Sky
as
loves
we
to plan.
said good morning.
Good morning.
night.
Good morning.
It's a
Good
nighttime.
By the way, Plugmaster, there can only be one.
Oh, God! The steel chair! The steel chair!
Oh my god! Oh, there's so much blood!
God!
Oh my god! Did you bleed that much? It's horrifying!
What's happening?
Oh god!
Never try to usurp me again.
Long live Plugmaster.